Hello everyone and welcome to my State of the Channel. Now, I feel like I should have an official seal back there or something, you know. There we go. How's that? That not bad? Good. Okay. You can hear me? Yeah, good. Excellent. I just want to say a few things about how I'm progressing with putting the videos together and so forth. I've had a few technical difficulties, and part of it's to do with my health. I've been very mentally and physically tired lately. I don't know whether it's got to do with the chemotherapy and radiotherapy that I had years ago, but ever since then I've been really kind of sleepy. I haven't had much sleep lately either. Another issue is grief factors from last year. And I know a few of you said that they don't want to put things up that's too personal, but I think it's probably a good thing to say that. Last year was pretty horrible for me in a couple of ways, and kind of really screwed me up. One of them was I had a dog, and she was with me all the time, and while I was going through the cancer and everything, her name was Katie, and she was also with me during my mum's death in 2006, and she'd been very clingy, and it was always, whenever we were anywhere, it was always Katie and me. And Katie passed away last year, and that left a massive hole in my heart and my life. And you know, I've got this little one now, Jet, and she's wonderful, but she's new. And it's not that I don't love her or anything. She's a beautiful little girl. But Katie was just everything to me. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like a blind person losing their guide dog. She was with me 100% of the time. About the only time she wasn't with me really was if I went to the dentist and went shopping, so maybe not 100%, but you get what I mean, don't you? She was my support dog, and I think I was her support person. She was a very anxious girl. She used to dive through the windows in my house to get through to me. She'd open them with her paws and push the fly screen out and jump out the window. And she'd be out in the garden waiting for me to come home from wherever. And I hated being away from her, but there were certain times that I just had to be away from her. But as far as my other health goes, I don't know. Maybe it's the grief or something, but I haven't been sleeping at night. Night's very difficult for me, so I tend to stay up using my computer, sometimes till dawn, which obviously, you know, there you go. I'm not getting enough sleep. Yesterday I came home from walking Jet. We usually go to another suburb. Not always, but sometimes. And I felt my legs getting a little bit wobbly, and I thought, hang on, you know, maybe I should just go home. And I was heading home anyway. And we got home, and I just kind of flopped into bed, and I had about 2 hours worth of sleep, and that was very good. And I really could have slept all night from then on. But then I remembered I hadn't fed Jet, so I had to get up and cook pasta for her because I had run out of dog food, so I had to do that. Now, the meat and potatoes, the video. I'd been telling people that I was going to do this massive video on records, and yes, that's still coming, but I've had some problems. The health problem is one. But technical problems abounded. First of all, I found out a few things that about Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas is a lovely program until you stack it with too many videos. And if those videos happen to be QuickTime, some kind of bug can happen and they can all go black. So if you've done like an hour's work, you know, I mean, like an hour-long video or something like that. That's what I'm talking about. Or half an hour video, in fact. And you've used QuickTime clips, they can just go black. And you can go, oh, be completely horrified. Now, there were people who told me to install particular codecs and so forth to bring the video back. I tried that, it didn't work. Somebody said you have to downgrade your QuickTime, and I did that. That worked, so that was okay. The other thing is I've been using a DSLR camera, so a Canon 550D, and it says that you can get a 32 megabyte card and you can do 2 hours of HD video. What they don't tell you is you can only do 4 gigabytes at a time, and then the camera turns off. So you're sitting there kind of with a long story, and you think, you can be like, hey man, you know, this happened the other week, and it's really cool, and I want to show you all my videos. And instead what you're doing is, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, and this happened, and that happened, and this happened, and that happened. And you're sort of going, did I get it all in before the camera clicked off? Because sometimes you don't always hear it, and then you go to check and you find that the camera's turned off halfway through, and it's very frustrating. So there were those issues. So it's been quite frustrating. The reason I want to do a very, very complicated video is that I've got kind of lots of people watching me. Yes, there's the vinyl community. Thank you very much for subscribing, everyone. I really appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of subscriptions lately, and I didn't really expect that to ever happen. I've sort of only had about 2 or 3 people ever sort of watch my videos, a couple of close friends and so forth. But now I'm actually getting viewers, which is really nice. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate what's been said about me by different people, and it's been lovely. Thank you very much. And I have been wanting to comment, but I've been having a problem with my MacBook. For some reason, it won't let me comment on videos. But anyway. Now, what was I saying? I've gone off on a tangent, and now I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yes, different people watching my videos. As you know, some of you might know, I had a radio career a while ago, and I've been sort of wanting to get back into that, or something to do with media, and I thought, well, video editing's a nice thing to do. And I haven't got really high-tech equipment. I've only got very basic items, and I just didn't want to sit down in front of a webcam and do a basic webcam video like I've done before. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. It's fine if you want to get a message across. But what I wanted to do was really push myself so that some of my friends who are in the business can look at me and go, hey, he can really do that stuff. Maybe if we gave him a proper studio to work in, and we said, you know, well, could you edit that up? Maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe it would be a very complicated studio that I couldn't use. I have encountered that situation before, but I'd have to learn, I suppose. I remember once when I was at the School of Audio Engineering, and I didn't really quite like how they'd kind of done that, because they kind of said, here's the studio, and they sort of whipped you down to the back, and you did a lot of theory for months, and no, can't do theory. It's too dull. I have to put my hands on things, and they didn't do that. And then one day I got to go into the studio to mix some music or something, and I didn't know how anything worked, and there was no teacher there, and there was no one there to say, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I just ended up falling out of the whole thing. I really would have liked to have taken School of Audio Engineering further, but no, wasn't happening. But that was during the 80s. Maybe things have changed now. So anyway, I wanted to do this really complicated video to show, hey, you know, I can do this. This is my skill level. This is what I can do. I hope you like it. Might even do something like the demo reel later on. Demo reels are kind of like professional people who get a whole lot of clips of things that they've done, whether they're actors or whatever. I had a friend who used to do videos, special effects videos for Star Trek, and he also used to produce cartoons and so forth. And furries and so forth, animated creatures, and he strung up a whole lot of videos together. And it's basically when you got a demo reel, professionals can go to your channel and they can play this and go, oh, I can do all that. So I might get a demo reel going later on after I've done enough stuff. But as you probably know, if you've been to my channel, you've seen that I've done an opening sequence. I've also done an ending sequence, and I've done some other little sequence things. But I've got the meat and potatoes pretty much ready. You know, the here's my record thing. That's coming along. But I'm finding also that there's a few things that I should have done better than I've done. Like I've got audio clips in different places all around my computer, and then I think, where did I put that? Where did I put this? Where did I put that? And that was really wrong. And I should have had folders where I put everything neatly and so forth. So I'm finding that there's certain things that I had to do which I didn't. I also found, because of the rush, I did a lot of umming and ahhing, which I don't like, and I'm sitting there going, oh, I've done it again. But anyway, I think that's about all. I've had an influx of records come in. I've had some record store day stuff, which is, I think I've got one last record to come. It's a single, and I got that from eBay, or I think I got it from eBay, or maybe I got it from Discogs. I'm not really sure now. But yeah, I've got a whole lot of stuff that I really want to show you, and I think the next, when I do get the main video up, it's going to have a lot of Australian stuff, and I'm hoping that you're a bit thrilled with that. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be about 30 minutes to 45 minutes or so. It's a great, long, huge video, this one. So, and with a lot of chatter on it. It's like now I'm chatting a lot. So, hopefully it'll work, and I hope that you like it. I think it'd be really nice if you liked it. So I'm just going to still playing around with it today, and I'll be editing a little bit more and hoping that the whole thing doesn't go black on me again. So I think I'm going to somehow preserve it so that it doesn't. Maybe I'll just render a section, and then I'll put the first section and the second section together and render them together, so that, you know, I don't like, you shouldn't really render and re-render again, because it makes things not look as nice. But the thing is, at least it won't go black, and at least video clips won't just simply disappear into thin air and all kinds of things. And I'm not trusting Sony Vegas at the moment. It's kind of like, well, sometimes I've done things on Sony Vegas, and it's kind of like, well, I don't want to do this today. And sometimes it just simply won't do things. And seriously, if I were to choose between Adobe Premiere and Sony Vegas, I'd get Premiere, because it's just not worth going through the hassle. And I've seen so many videos on YouTube about people who've got Sony Vegas, and it's just gone crazy on them. It just goes insane after a while, and it won't do things, and you think, what the hell? But I've noticed that a lot of video editors over the years just kind of crash, and you've got to constantly save things. So even Premiere has its bugs. But I'm just really not crazy about Sony Vegas, and I would strongly suggest to all my viewers that if you're thinking about getting a proper editor, just forget about Sony Vegas. Some of you might be thinking, well, why bother with something like that anyway? I mean, doesn't Windows come with an editor? Well, yes, it does, but it's a very basic editor. For instance, you can't put things up here and so forth with it. It's very sort of, yeah, it's very, very basic. It's pretty much, I don't know, I would say that it's a bit like going to a toy shop and buying, you know, Barbie's video editor. It's a bit like that. It's very, very small and doesn't do much. But if you really want to fiddle around with your videos, the way to go is to get a really serious video editor. But yeah, avoid Sony Vegas. It looks nice first up, but no, it's just not what you need. In excess reference. Okay, everyone. Look, this is just. I just thought I'd tell you what's been going on. I am really looking forward to uploading the new video. I haven't uploaded anything really about records or anything like that for a long time. I really want to, but it's coming along. Thank you for sticking with me. And look, I just hope that I can get it done. I hope that I can finish the video by the end of today or tomorrow or the end of next week or next month or next year. No, I really want to get it done really super fast if I can. And it's coming along. So you'll have it soon. Anyway, everyone, thank you for letting me dribble on about my life and everything. Jet's doing well. She's here and being very cuddly and compassionate and friendly and being a companion, and she's making me feel better. And she's someone that I can wrap my arms around and give a hug to. The cat's still here, but she's a cat. Cats are cats, So that's it. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Bye.